don't take me on this merry-go-round trip on the long haul and say one thing in the beginning and then just suddenly change your mind.
In your religion, a lot of women would want to get married at a young age.
How did you reject the Instagram models? Yeah, if they come to you.
Did you think communication was the problem there? I'm going to ask you one question. Is your conscience clear?
Imagine like getting married or finding your soulmate in a generation full of clowns. I want to actually come on this topic. I feel like you and I, we have a contrast of our mindsets. For example, like I always said that, of course this is to do with like my religion and culture, but naturally, instinctually, I always wanted to get married young. I always wanted to just, I didn't want to go through the talking stages, relationships. I just kind of wanted to secure that one wifey and just be happy with her for the rest of my life at a young age. But for you, I feel like you want to experience like, you want to experience all of it, isn't it?
I get you completely. I'll say definitely your religion's a different factor. So if I want to speak about that, if you're okay to speak about that, I want to say, tell me about your experience.
100%, yeah. So I'm not going to go into a lot of depth, but yeah, there was like, whenever I spoke or when I was with a woman, I would always set the scene by saying, hey, I want this to go in the long run towards marriage, okay? If it's not for marriage, I'm not signing up for heartbreak. I'm not signing up for any temporary contract. I'm not signing up for, heartbreak, like I said. It's either I'm dating to marriage. That was my mentality. And it still is, alhamdulillah. Because those are my principles. That's what makes me stay true to myself. If I say, I'm dating to... if I say, I'm dating you to just, have a good time, we go out, we dance, and we chill and vibe, but it's going to be a fling, then I won't be happy with myself. I'll be with the most beautiful girl, and then the most beautiful girl that you can think of. Any just like the top model of Instagram, I can be with her. But if she's not saying that, hey, I want to be with you for like the long haul, for marriage, I'll be like, no, I'm rejecting you. How did you reject the Instagram models? Yeah, if they come to me.
So with your personal experience, have you had someone like, have you been serious with someone before?
Yeah, there was this. Of course, there's one person. No names, obviously, not gonna drop, but. Honestly, sadly in the end, this is one of the reasons why I just hate talking stages. It just turned out to be a very long talking stage. So initially, we talked, we sweet talked, we had a nice time, we vibed, and we were on the same page, like we wanted to get married. So alhamdulillah, that was really good. But it got to a point where times changed and she wasn't in the mindset for marriage anymore. And she just told me straight up that, hey, I don't think that we should like get married young. I think we got a lot of other things in life. Fair enough, you could do that, but don't take me on this merry-go-round trip on the long haul and say one thing in the beginning and then just suddenly change your mind, especially over something so big.
So do you think communication was the problem there?
I think definitely. There was a lot of mixed messages as well throughout the times, and it put a lot of strain on my mind and mental health. But I'm actually glad I went through those turmoils because it's made me increase my my knowledge on how women, how they operate, how their mindset.
Because if we look at it, of course, like in your religion, a lot of women would want to get married at a young age. Yeah,
morally speaking.
Halal marriages, right?
Halal marriage, yeah.
So, for a girl to say that, maybe in their head they're thinking, this is what I want or should be doing, but maybe it's such a big ask for a young age. What do you say about that? Do you think maybe that individual that you experienced talked the talk but couldn't walk the walk when it came to it?
I think in a nutshell, she literally said she gave the most like sweetest talks, the false promises basically. This huge amount of false hope, and this got both of us like so happy because imagine like getting married or finding your soulmate in a generation full of clowns. Like everyone's messing around here and there, so finding that like love, that's actually brings up to like another topic. Obviously, like does true love exist? But we'll speak about that another time.
Definitely.
But yeah, we thought that hey, if this is true love, let's just go in for it. And yeah, in the end, I think it was destiny. You know what? I'm really glad it actually like just didn't work out because it taught me so much to where I was right now. If I didn't get out of that, I probably just would have been like a simp. I wouldn't have been happy with who I was personally growing. So yeah, I believe everything happened for a reason. I went through that pain and time waste and heartbreak for the right reasons. In the end, I'm gonna ask you one question, and is your conscience clear? Did you do everything you could? Were you honest with her? Did you communicate in the best way? You know what? That actually, I was gonna go.
And if you have, you're good.
That's the thing. So what actually made this hurt the most is throughout this entire time, I was 100% loyal and stuck to my principles. Okay, I literally done everything right. I was patient during that time. I tried to effectively allegate my communication with her. head on, but I got so many mixed messages during the time, and in the end it just came cluttering down, and it even actually just happened to end on text. Like the vibe literally just ended like throughout.
So
on
not
text.
even the decency to.
It wasn't even the decency, yeah. So honestly, it was, yeah. That's what actually hurt me the most. It wasn't even the time. It was because that I stayed genuine, and it just hurts for the fact that, you know, the saying where pure hearts or clean hearts always end up getting hurt. I feel like that's like the law of life that we live in right now. And yeah, that's what honestly hurt me the most. When I stayed genuine, when I wanted something that was real, but she didn't. She kind of just had her own mindset, own perspective that she failed to mention from the beginning. I feel like that's was something that she owed me. She should have told me from the beginning. Fair enough, we could have avoided so much melodrama. And
yeah, but can you see how, you know, people don't owe you anything? That's why when you talk to someone, you should always take it with a pinch of salt. Ooh, even if it's going to be a marriage, you know, as serious as that.
Yeah.
If you haven't shown intent and you're talking the talk.
Of course.
In my head, I'm thinking, cool, this person said they want to get married, whatever. In your situation, or they want to get married.
Yeah.
Like, okay, have you, like, you know, spoken to her dad? Have you met up? Have you done this? Have you done that? Like,
exactly.
It's all about actions. So if your conscience is clear, you should be happy, and you know it says more about the other person than you. And that's what you do. You learn and you move on, and you say, cool. You know, a lot of people have experienced similar things where they've been led on and everything, and that's normal.
Of course, yeah,
but the main thing with you is you haven't changed how you are. You're still a loving, caring person.
I'd have to stay true to myself. Yeah, I'm not gonna. If there's one thing that I would say about this world and life and its people, I'll never let anyone change my perspectives, my beliefs, my principles. These morals are the core, the foundation of who I am. It's how I grew as a person. So yeah, I'm actually like really proud and happy that I never let anyone like wishy-washy my mindset, if that makes sense.
And you're going to take that time to focus on yourself, improve yourself.
It's taught me so much. Like, I'm actually glad I went through this pain, even though it hurts. It sucked that, you know, good hearts get broken in the end. But in hindsight, it's taught me so much.
It's the process.
It's the process.
You know, you'll better yourself and learn. 100%. And as I said about the universe, you give that same energy out, it will find you.
Yeah, of course. That's why I always stay good-hearted. That's why I don't treat people like scum or disrespect. Even though I have the ability to, I can literally like, you know, people that have done me dirty, I can literally just retaliate and disrespect them back and really put them in their place. But you know what? Why would I join them when I've beat them? If that makes sense.
Completely agree, 100%. Man.